Hello everybody, I'll be talking about the conclusion and reflection of the malware that we have analyzed. I'm Edwin and I'll be talking on behalf of my group. So we will proceed to analysis perform. We will start off with basic static analysis. Basic static analysis, we have used tools such as VirusTotal as an online antivirus scanning tool. We have also done hashing the malware with WinMD5. We have used PEID to identify the compiler of the malware and whether it is pegged or not. We also discover administrative information like the date compiled using PEView. We have used bintext to analyze the string of the PE file, and also we have used dependency walker to determine the DLL used by the malware as well as any important function. So now I will go on to basic dynamic analysis. For basic dynamic analysis, we have used Process Explorer. Process Explorer is a tool that will know what process is currently running on the system and what that process has inside it. So for process monitor is we could filter out what the process has created or edit or set or anything, so that it's easier for us to know and to view what it is. For rest we can know what is edited or added to the to the registry, and then we know where it is in the registry. So for update DNS, what it does is to spoof DNS response to a specific IP address. Then we will know whether if the malware is communicating to any of the IP address. For netcat, for netcat, we will know whether if the malware is using any of the port to communicate, to send out information or whatever. For Wireshark, we will know what network that is sending its request or information or retrieve information, whatever, something like this. So now we'll proceed on to malware persistency. For this malware, we have found out that it creates a style entry in registry, which as you can see, it creates the registry in the command section that calls out this wininet.exe. So it creates a file within the system32 folder called wininet.exe. So it's an exact duplicate of the original malware as determined by hash that was done using using the WinMD5. And it looks like a legit exe file because the file has an image on it. It's like it have an icon on it to make it looks like real. Okay. For the malware functionality, it's a worm. It will execute itself after it was added to the registry, and it does not communicate over the network. This was what we have found out through all the testing and analysis of it. Then how do we remove this malware, we could install a free antivirus such as Avast or AVG, use anti-malware software such as Malwarebytes anti-malware, or we could boot it into safe mode, delete malicious registry entry to remove persistent. Malicious registry entries such as install the thing that call out from the command. We could delete the wininet.exe from the system32 folder, or we could delete the program that we have run by mistake, and we haven't deleted it. So yeah. So now we are proceeding on to the analysis reflection. We have noticed that malwares are getting more intelligent as they know whether if somebody is checking whether they are active or not. So one of the things that I noticed is when I opened the Process Explorer, I did saw that the malware was running, but as soon as I opened, it canceled it off instantly, so that I couldn't know what it was running. So why it also could be used to harm a host computer. Some people tends to use this type of malware to harm people computer for profits, or maybe something like because they don't like this person or whatever. So perform malicious act to other hosts. So there's such things as malwares that could generate income for the criminals. Like it could take personal data away, such as passwords or like bank pin numbers or those types. So it's very harmful in a way. So, and one thing that we could do is keep antivirus up to date, as antivirus tends to update daily to keep up to the latest virus threats around the world. So if you just disable antivirus or temporarily disable it or whatever, you are prone to this type of attacks, and without updating it daily, you won't have the latest protection to such new virus. Such new virus could harm your computer in ways that you wouldn't know. So yeah. So the next one we will do is to do full system scan regularly if possible. Why? To do full system scan is to know whether your whole computer is clean from malware such as small malwares that is hiding in between folders that you wouldn't know and wouldn't check. To do this will help protect your computer from getting uh, uh, getting infected. Okay, for the assignment reflection, my team and I thinks that this malware was interesting but hard in some way. Why? The way it creates files in the system without the user knowing. Like if you were a normal user, you wouldn't know that it has created a file in the system, because the program just run and just close by itself without the user knowing. So you would thought like maybe the program just terminates by itself without doing anything to your system, but that is the most fun part about it. So the pop-up with unreadable word, what it means is like, okay, when I run the malware, I see like words like question mark, a, don't know what those things. For a normal user, you think like maybe this thing is just a prank. So I close it means should be okay, there's nothing wrong with it, but he wouldn't know that this virus could be already inside the computer, hiding somewhere, waiting to strike at any moments, and without the user knowing. So that's quite fun if you think, but it's also hard to find it if but also hard to find it at some point of time. So how the malware knows someone is looking at the process is like when I open the malware, no, when I open the process, I did saw the wininet.exe, but as soon as I open it, saw it terminates by itself. Like it do not want the user to know that it's running, but only uh as long as you never observe the process, it will run back again. So it's like some kind of virus that hides behind a curtain or something like that, waiting to strike. Then as soon as he sees somebody, he run back to the curtain and hide again. So yeah. So the video editing was difficult to use and record. Why? There is a lack of good software that are free. Some software has certain features that are missing. Why? Because like I wish to have like certain thing added to the video, but the video is limited and we couldn't add anything. So yeah. So some of the like now I'm talking sometimes the thing not in sync, like it doesn't synchronize properly, so we had to edit a bit to make it better. So yeah. So that's all for our conclusion, and thank you for listening. We hope to see you again. Bye.